Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about that was the last series we did. We're talking about Virgo in the second house. So yeah, Virgo in the second house. So what happens when we have Virgo in the second house in your birth chart? Well, in order to understand that, we need to look at what the second house represents and what the sign of Virgo represents. So, yeah, we'll get into that in this video. But before we do, I'd just like to let you guys know that I have some pretty big sales going on right now. You can get 30% off of all my astrology readings over at vincent.thunderwizard.com. And yeah, you can read more about my Vedic astrology readings and all that good stuff. So then we'll talk about the sign of Virgo in the second house. So what happens when Virgo is in our second house? Well, Virgo represents humanitarianism. It's basically providing service to others. It's hard work. It's really service to others. The sign of Virgo is represented by the maiden standing at the edge of the boat, holding Ayurvedic medicine and wheat in both hands. So she's like coming to help the needy, help the poor, help people. And so that's pretty much what she does. And so the sign of Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but it also relates to the intellect. It also relates to analytical thinking, scientific thinking. Someone who has this placement, a career for a Virgo might be like a nurse or something like that. Very scientifically minded, very about health and healing and providing service and comfort to other people. So that's what this is about. So then what happens when we have it in our second house? So the second house is all about our values, all about our income, our assets, things like that. And so traditionally Taurus is the second house, or the second sign of the zodiac, ruling the second house, which means that the second house is ruled by Venus. So it has to do with Venus-like things. So basically it's all about kind of what you value, it was the nourishment that you got from your mother when you were a kid, kind of thing. This was relates to your income, like your assets, your material possessions. It's things like that. So what happens when we have Taurus here, Virgo here? Virgo, what Virgo does in the second house is it values serving others. There's a real passion and interest about helping other people, serving others, and things like that. And you might value like intellectual things, like science and like fields of science and things like that. So you'll probably value intellectual stuff. You might value helping people. serving others, providing them, healing and health, and, really aiding in their health and their healing. So what else could I say about the sign of Virgo in the second house? It pretty much has to do with like material possessions too. So you might collect, like you might be into, like, getting, like, really getting into, like, the health, like you might want to, like, start your own home gym or something like that. It might be, you might collect products related to health and things like that. But basically, Virgo in the sign in the second house is all about valuing, serving others, and this also shows that if you have this placement, that you can make money by serving others. You can make an income by serving others and helping others and things like that, in like a healthcare role or any kind of role where you're, like, serving others in the sign of Virgo really relates to health and healing, and so it's like, I think of it as like the sign of a nurse. So, doing like healthcare work or anything in related fields to that is kind of Virgo in the second house. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Virgo in the second house is all about helping others and things like that, and it's kind of the value that you place on that. So so I'll end it here. Once again, guys, you can go ahead and check out my Vedic astrology readings at vincent.thunderwizard.com. Right there. It's also down in the description below. Also, you can go ahead and check out my services and courses at patreon.com/Gebo the Shaman. And there I have things like support groups. I have my coaching and mentoring services. I have my energy work programs, my Qigong and Kundalini yoga programs. So yeah, those are all great things to take advantage of. And I'm not charging very much at all for them. So check them out. Alright, guys, so until next time, we will see you later. Peace.